All right. Thank you all so much for joining us here with the Howard County Chamber. My name is Alex Sullivan. I'm the membership specialist with the Howard County Chamber. I'm here with the American World Trade Chamber of Commerce and the Better Business Bureau of Greater Maryland. And I'm going to go ahead and take a quick thank you and share my screen for our sponsors. All right. Thank you so much to our sponsors this year. We really could not have been able to keep our operations going and put on such fantastic programming without them this year. We are really happy to have them on board with us. As we go through the presentation, if you want to reach out to any of these, all of our sponsorship information is available on our website. Our website is howardchamber.com. All right, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and start our program and start introducing our attendees and panelists today. From the American World Trade Chamber of Commerce, I have Wendy Baggett. And Wendy, would you mind giving us a little information about what the American World Trade Chamber of Commerce is?
Sure. I have a little bit more details in my presentation, but the American World Trade Chamber is a national organization that partners with chambers around the United States to help exporters and manufacturers specifically.
All right, wonderful. And from the Better Business Bureau of Greater Maryland, I have Joanne Francavilla and Sean Safis with us today. And would you mind just to give us a little information about you guys?
Yeah, Better Business Bureau is a nationally recognized organization. We have 99 BBBs across the country, and we have a local presence pretty much in every city. And our main vision is to create a marketplace where buyers and sellers can trust each other. So make sure you check bbb.org first before you do business.
That's been actually a go-to of mine recently. All right, wonderful. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and get us started. Wendy, if you wouldn't mind, we'll start with you and your presentation on the American World Trade Chamber of Commerce.
All right, let me share my screen. Okay, so American World Trade Chamber, and we are America's export solutions experts, and we partner with the Howard County Chamber, like I said, to benefit manufacturers and exporters. So we're going to cover what is the Chamber's role in certificates of origin. What are the benefits of the international customs verification and accreditation chain, and what are the benefits to you as a member of the Howard County Chamber? So what is a certificate of origin? The first certificates of origin were issued in France as early as the 19th century. It wasn't until 1923 that their issue and the associated certification of other export documents were first regularized. This came about under the Geneva Convention, and it was reaffirmed in the 1999 Kyoto Convention. So today, virtually every country in the world considers the origin of imported goods when determining what duty should be assessed on the goods, or if they can even be legally imported at all. So the American World Trade Chamber, we are a national chamber headquartered in New York with regional offices. We're a member of the International Chamber of Commerce, USCIB, the U.S. Chamber. We are the first U.S. chamber whose entire staff is certified by the International Chamber of Commerce to do certificates of origin. And in fact, I am the U.S. delegate to the Certificate of Origin Council. So when changes happen or new rules come about, we know what those are immediately. We are the only chamber in the U.S. that's part of the accreditation chain, which brings a different integrity and compliance with worldwide verification. And as members of the Howard County Chamber, anyone who uses our documents benefit from this accreditation. Some of the benefits that are offered in this accreditation are. The fact that our stamp is registered with customs and accepted around the world. In addition, we are the preferred U.S. chamber for many countries. Vietnam prefers to see our chamber stamp, and India. Anybody who's exporting anything agricultural to India, they've got to have our stamp. And one of the reasons is the verification that comes through the International Chamber of Commerce. We put a unique 20-digit code on all of our documents, and customs anywhere around the world can log on to the International Chamber and see that this document was issued by an accredited chamber. And that bears a different sort of weight than other chamber stamps. So by participating in this accreditation chain, we are held to a higher standard in issuance, and basically that translates to quicker customs clearance for exporters who have our documents. So we specialize in two things, really: compliance and security. Our platform is web-based, so it does not it eliminates unsecure emailing. Did you know that one of the biggest loss leaders for exports is piracy? I'm not talking about the pirate that says, "Arr, there's a ship, let's go get them." You know, I'm talking about the pirates who are hacking people's email and finding out what exactly is in a container and where it is on a ship and how they can steal from it. So this is one of the biggest problems in export today. And our compliance and security make sure that that does not happen to our customers. So there's no emailing of documents. Like I said, everything is verifiable through third-party websites, and even down to the personal level where you're putting in your credit card to pay for the documents, we use tokenization. So credit card's not saved, no one ever sees it on our end. Full security. So we were just talking before we started today about electronic, and especially in this day and age when there's a pandemic going on and things have changed, and the need for quick, efficient electronic services has really expanded. We happen to be in the right place at the right time, already offering electronic certification, and our business has grown about 300% since COVID started because of this. So we are able to help exporters keep their shipments going through on time, keep the documents that they need. Basically, you don't even have to leave the office. You apply through the Howard County Chamber website. Your documents are uploaded. We approve everything. You go back to that portal to log in and print them out, and you're done. So saving money, saving time, making it easy and making it correct is what we're all about. We also offer a few other things besides certificates of origin. We chamberize commercial invoices. We offer consulate legalizations, and we do certificates of free sale and other documents. So you can reach out to us if you have any questions about what types of documents or what's needed on them, and we're happy to help advise on that. So Alex has registration forms, and you can just sign up right through the Howard County Chamber website. In the end, our stamp gets put on your document, and we work with them to make sure that you have everything you need to be more competitive in the market today. So thanks for your time.
All right, thank you so much, Wendy. And go ahead. All right, thank you so much, Wendy. That is a fantastic overview of what you all are providing for our members today. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to our Better Business Bureau friends, and we'll be able to hear from them today.
Yes, thank you guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
And let me share my screen as well. So today I want to do an overview of what is BBB, and then talk about what the benefit is of that you guys get as being a Howard County Chamber member. So Better Business Bureau's vision is to be an ethical marketplace where buyers and sellers can trust each other. That's something that we strive for each and every day. And we do that by carrying out our mission, which is to be the leaders in advancing marketplace trust. And we're able to advance marketplace trust by setting standards for marketplace trust, which I'll go over in a second. We encourage and support best practices by engaging with and educating consumers and businesses. This year, due to COVID, we actually made it so that we were able to educate the business community with our BBB Center, where we were able to do webinars. We did about 10 webinars, and it was leaders in their particular industries to be able to educate businesses how to navigate through this time. We celebrate marketplace role models. We do this annually through our Torch Awards and our Spark Awards. We call out and address substandard marketplace behavior, and we create a community of trustworthy businesses and charities. And Joanne, I don't know if you want to quickly talk about what we did for COVID as well, give a little bit more detail.
Yeah, we pivoted from our usual programming once COVID hit. As Sean said, we instituted a series of trust talks, which educated and kept all of our accredited businesses up to date on some of the resources available through the state of Maryland and federal resources. We did some education on how to pivot your own business. You know, how do you sell in the middle of the pandemic? What are the workplace rules? So we had HR professionals come in, how to kind of change your marketing message through that as well, through the pandemic. We created a trusted advisor program where we had some of our more seasoned businesses take on a role of kind of mentoring smaller businesses that had some concerns to be able to navigate all the challenges that COVID presented very quickly to the whole business community. And we're continuing some of these programs to date. So checking our website, checking our resource center is open to anyone to be able to do that as well.
Thanks, Joanne. And also getting back to creating a community of trustworthy businesses and charities, that's where accreditation comes in. We have over 3,000 locally here in Maryland, and then we have over 400,000 nationally. So, but let me talk about well, first let me say, like I said, we've been in business for 103 years, since 1917. BBB is 107 years since 1912. We service 18 counties from Western Maryland to Eastern Shore. So that's where I was talking about the 3,000 accredited businesses are all within that service area. We do not accredit we do not service the counties that are in closer to DC, or hub DC, I should say, because they identify closer with the DC, and they identify as DC suburbs. So that's Montgomery, Prince George's, Calvert, Charles, and St. Mary's. So now to our standards. Our standards of trust, the number one is build trust, which is to establish and maintain a positive track record in the marketplace. As an accredited business, when you go to apply, you need to make sure that you've been in business at least 6 months. You can't have any government action. You can't have any open complaints either. You need to make sure you advertise honestly, meaning you need to adhere and establish standards of advertising and selling. You can't say you're the number one best construction company in the world. Now, if grandma said that, well, then you got to put on your website, grandma said I'm the number one best company in the world. You also need to make sure you tell the truth, honestly represent products and services, including a clear and adequate disclosure of all material terms. A good example of this is your terms of service on your website, your privacy policy website as well too. Be transparent. You need to make sure that you, especially when you're on bbb.org, we try and have it where you as a consumer or even as a business, you'll know the nature, location, the ownership of that particular business that you're trying to research. So that way it's completely transparent. Honor promises, abide by all written agreements and verbal representations. Even if you do a handshake agreement, you still need to make sure you honor that agreement. be responsive, meaning if, as an accredited business, if you get a complaint, you have to address that complaint quickly, professionally, with a good faith effort. That is a requirement as an accredited business. And that's why we tell our customers, or I should say buyers, to do business with an accredited business, because you know that if there is a marketplace dispute that arises, that business is going to address it. Safeguard privacy. Look for the lock in the top corner of your URL to make sure that website is secure. So if you're giving any credit card information, make sure that it also has an SSL certificate, so all your data is protected. And every accredited business is required to have that. And embody integrity. Approach all business dealings, marketplace transactions, and commitments with integrity. And that basically just means you, as an accredited business, you need to make sure that you uphold the best integrity. So we also, like I said, we provide, BBB.org provides information on businesses and charities. We also do alternative dispute resolution. In the past 3 years, we were in the top 3 and #1 in alternative, well, top 3 in the alternative dispute resolution. I think it was 2017, we were #1. And then we also do advertising reviews. Like I said earlier, if grandma says it, then you got to put grandma says that you are the #1 and best. You can't have any claims that say you are the #1 or you are the best. We also provide customer service and business ethics training. This is similar to what Joanne was talking about earlier. We also provide consumer tips and scam alerts. Right now, you can actually go to Google BBB Scam Tracker. You click on that and you can see all the scams throughout the United States that are very popular right now. And this will help you avoid these scams in the future. And yes, it's rampant right now. So make sure you guys check that if you can. And then we deliver resources, and Joanne actually talked about this earlier with our Trust Talks, our Trusted Advisor programs, and I just talked about our tips and scams alerts. We embedded state and federal resources on our BBB resource page, and we update it daily. And you can find it on bbb.org/greater-Maryland, or you can Google "We're open to help you reopen." So finally, as a Howard County Chamber member, with our partnership, Chamber members receive actually 25% off their annual BBB accreditation fee. And we've been doing this since 2015, I'm sorry. And we've been great partners with the Chamber, and something that we continue to do to this day. So if you guys want to learn even more about the value of accreditation, we are having a full presentation on November the 5th. So it's every first Thursday of each month, we will have a presentation on the value of accreditation. And you can go to bbb.org/greater-Maryland to see when the next one is. And that is it.
All right. All right, thank you all so much. I'm so glad that we were able to have you on today. I actually just had a couple of follow-up questions. So for the Better Business Bureau, you said that scams are kind of running rampant right now, and fraud and everything. What's the best way for our businesses to spot a possible business scam?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could check on Scam Tracker. I mean,
Okay.
It works 2 ways. You could post a scam if you have been scammed.
Okay.
To have your fellow humans avoid going through what you went through.
Mm-hmm.
And you could also check on, there's a search box, so you could come in and you can put employment scams, whatever the nature of that might be, you'd be able to check that. If you feel like you're being scammed, if you feel like there was some sort of a problem, you could also call the office if it's particularly with a business, and we'd be able to do some research for you on that as well.
Right.
And basic, common sense, don't give out credit card numbers, don't give out any information until you are sure it's a reliable source.
All right.
And to piggyback off of that really briefly, make sure that if somebody asks you to pay them money before you receive money, more than likely that's a scam. So you shouldn't be paying any money to anybody.
All right, thank you. And Wendy, I did have one other question for you. You said that your business has increased by what, 300% since the quarantine? In what ways, and how has the quarantine affected the export-import business?
So number of chambers have joined in partnership with us, and they have brought those customers as well, because like we talked about in the pandemic, people don't want to, offices are closed, but exporters have been deemed by the government as a what's the term? Essential business. Yes, exporters are essential business, and so they still have to have these documents signed by the chamber, and when the local chamber is closed, the best way to do it is electronic. And then the other thing is our accreditation with the International Chamber. Like I mentioned, India, as of August 1st, India has been telling everybody they have to have our stamp if it's coming from the US. So people are calling me saying, I've been shipping to India for 20 years and I've never needed your stamp before, now all of a sudden we do. And so that accreditation has played a large role in that also.
Oh, wonderful. Well, so, I mean, it sounds like it's been a boon for you, so I'm really glad to hear that.
Sorry to say that, but it has, and some exporters have really done great. Some have not done so great. So as with any emergency or life-altering situation, some people do better, some people do worse, but our goal is to help those small businesses that may not understand. Of course, we have large businesses, but my heart is for the small businesses. And every time I get frustrated with somebody asking a lot of questions, I remember that's what we're doing here. We're helping them to be more successful. So it's been good.
Oh, well, good, wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for joining us today. I believe we're going to keep, make our 30-minute mark. And if anybody would like to reach out to you, we have your information on at Howard Chamber under the Partner Programs tab. And we will be sending out other information for everyone who attended today. And is there any closing remarks from everyone?
Yeah, I'll just say you also can apply on Howard County website under the partner programs. There is a button to apply there. So if you want to do that.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
And I'll just add too that they don't necessarily need to reach out to us because we're your partner. So they just need to reach out to you in the office and you'll connect us and everything will get done.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. And if you have any questions, follow up with me. And if you have anything else, just let us know. All right. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Right. Bye-bye.